I don't know about you guys, but I find that Regulation C is basically the same teams over and over and over again. However, you guys know that I have tried to accommodate my team with different movesets than out of the standards of Regulation C. Take a look at the opposing Pokemon. We've got a Garganacl onto the opposing side, as well as a Palafin. Palafin is very common in this series. Basically the 0 to hero, likely you're going to see them swap out the Palafin. However, with Garganacl, what I'm noticing lately is that there is a lot of wide guards and lots of salt cures, lots of stalling. My opponents obviously going to swap out that Palafin, but we managed to get an attack drop off onto the Garganacl at least. Palafin did have it, but got swapped out for Mighty Baxcalibur. Now, of course, with Baxcalibur onto the field, it's a Dragon Ice type, and with the capability of that good old Glaive Rush, I'm fearing that Arcanine's probably in for a world of hurt. Now, one thing that is very common with Baxcaliburs nowadays is they are going for the Tera type of poison, so that way they can try to combat the Mighty Fairy type. Now, I don't know about you guys, but fairies are incredibly common. You see a lot of fairy type Pokemon, and you see a lot of the dragon types either going for the steel typing or the poison type lately. We are going to go in and select the close combat in this situation. However, we are debating on if we're going to go for the Baxcalibur or the Garganacl. Now, the Baxcalibur did not go for any kind of Tera typing at this time, so we know that the close combat should be able to do some damage. We managed to get a Moonblast, however, faster than the Arcanine can move, and we're able to knock out that Baxcalibur almost right away. Close combat, of course, being redirected into the Garganacl now, and it barely holding on into that deep red zone. Salt Cure coming in, of course, doing a massive amount of work off onto the Arcanine. Unfortunately for us, we are going to lose our Arcanine in this situation. Now, as all Garganacls have good old leftovers. Sometimes I've seen them have citrus berries, but they do have the capability of running recover, so you know that you kind of have to get an attack off onto them before they get their health recovered. Palafin coming back in, of course, switching from 0 to hero into the hero form, basically changing some of its stats around. Jet Punch is very common off onto the Palafin, so we know that Flutter Mane, if it does get hit by that, it could be a bit of an issue. We definitely want to target some damage off onto the Palafin, but also as well, we also want to try to get that Garganacl out of there, but he's going to go in for that good old Tera typing, and then, as usual, they're usually a water Tera typing off onto the Palafin, further boosting up their water type attacks. Now, Jet Punch, of course, I'm going to say it's definitely going to happen. We become the center of attention, of course, and there's the Jet Punch, and this time it's going to go into the Amoonguss. Luckily, we're able to hold on a lot better than if it went into the Flutter Mane. So here we go with the Thunderbolt. It's going to hit off onto the Palafin, and then, of course, the Salt Cure is going to come in onto the Amoonguss from the Garganacl. Now, that is going to take away a little bit of health almost every turn, and as you can see, the Garganacl is still getting its leftovers, so that is going to be a thing. Now, there is one remaining Pokemon still that we have not yet seen off onto our opponent's side's team. We definitely want to try to take out this Palafin, because I think that's probably the biggest threat on this team that we have at the time. Now, he's going to go in for the Wide Guard, obviously, because he doesn't want to get hit by any kind of a Dazzling Gleam. We are going to become the center of attention, just like we usually are with our good old Amoonguss. Now, mind you, that Amoonguss does have the ability to do Sludge Bomb as well. So it has Sludge Bomb, Spore, Rage Powder, and Clear Smog. Obviously, the Clear Smog for any kind of stat changers or stat boosters. Sludge Bomb, we definitely wanted to have an attack onto it that can do some more damage. Rage Powder obviously is good, but we wanted to have something that's going to do a little bit more. But luckily for us, we were able to take out the Palafin, and that is the second Pokemon to go down onto our opponent's side. And now we await to see the last and final Pokemon. Garganacl, of course, is gaining its HP back. Now, as you guys know, with the Wide Guard, Dazzling Gleam is probably not going to be a thing, because obviously it stops it in its tracks. Now, out comes the last and final Pokemon, and as you guys know, it is a Chi-Yu. Now, Chi-Yu is one of those Pokemon that you just hate to see in a Wi-Fi battle. I don't know about you guys, but I despise this Pokemon. It looks really cool, it's a fire fish, but it is one of those deadly Pokemon that, you know, comes from the ruins. That's the whole point of Regulation C, is these ruined Pokemon have made their way into competitive. If you guys have been living under a rock, they are not the friendliest Pokemon to play against, and they usually drop stats and statistics for an entire field of Pokemon. Not only your opponents, but also your own team. Okay, so in comes the Wide Guard and the Rage Powder. Just as you guys know, Amoonguss becoming center of attention, we are able to outspeed our opponents, and we're going to go in for the Moonblast. And Moonblast did a serious amount of work off onto that Chi-Yu and take him right down into the yellow. Lava Plume coming in, of course, it's going to be able to hit the 2 Pokemon on my team. Not taking out the Fluttermane, but the Amoonguss definitely got annihilated. So we have one final Pokemon remaining. I know you guys know what it is. It doesn't need any introduction at this time. You guys are probably also really tired of me saying the Paldea Combat Tauros, but in comes my awesome shiny Tauros. I love this Pokemon. It is probably the most interesting moveset I've come up with in the last month or so, and I'm just so excited to have it on the team. I absolutely appreciate this Pokemon. Curse is definitely helpful when you're going up against any kind of a physical wall, or if you just want to stop a wall in its tracks. Definitely helpful. And when paired with the Amoonguss, it's just, there's no competition for that. We end up knocking out the Chi-Yu, which is awesome. Chi-Yu going back to our opponent's side. And of course, Tauros is going to go in for the close combat to be able to finish off the Garganical. So if you guys enjoyed that battle there today, you guys know what to do. Press the like, post your comments. I'd like to hear from you what you guys think. And I will catch you guys in the next battle. Take care, have a good one, and peace out.